Alright, 10 seconds pre-maintenance checks are a go. We gotta make sure we get to the north one right out the gate. So as soon as this hits, scratch that, guys. We didn't get our pre-maintenance checks. Just didn't work out. And guess what? We're paying for it. F2 to bottom. We're gonna do our basic strategy. Go ahead and get some of these. This is the one that we did earlier, actually. If you had watched, or I actually haven't uploaded that one yet, funny enough. So you guys will see that in the next episode, but similar strategy. I've been thinking of different ways to kind of play the game and other ways to maximize your efficiency in some of these matches, because it's kind of tough. I kind of have a strategy that gets MVP every time. So when I go to record these, I'm like, you know, I just keep recording these. I just keep making these videos. It's the same strategy, you know, but at the same time, I think it's really fun. I wish it was more interactive. Like we had more of like a stream like that. This was a stream. Maybe I just stream these, and then that will be the upload. And you guys could comment on the. I could put like a little chat, like where this little blank spot is that I've been trying to use on the right. But that might be an idea. We are lagging a little bit, it looks like here. 28:35 seconds in. Nothing is popping off. This is always a bad sign. Not a good sign. Servers are going to... Wait, it's a great sign. Everything's red. I'm on red team. I've been on blue team twice today. Or like just a lot, it feels like. I haven't been red for a minute. So we've got everything we tried to take. That's interesting. It is 9 to 11, so it's not very many players in this PvP battleground. But we see on the blue team, as we scroll out, where are they attacking? What are you guys doing, huh? Looks like we have lots of attacks going back. So the remainder, or most of their formations already went out, and they were not successful. This might be a absolute roll fest coming in, which is not terrible for us. We have 2 command centers, an arsenal, and we are holding down their gas station with our F3. My F3 actually is stronger than my F2 right now, so it's nice to have them there. It looks like they've already hit them once. These little health bars are now working. Yeah, sometimes it takes some time for them to get some of these updates through, but they are, and I love the quality of life that they do add in the information. So that attack hit, and it reduced our army by about 25%, so they're still in there. We have another F1 or F2. RVs are traditionally F1 or F2. I mean, if you see a police vehicle, it's probably their F1. So RVs are usually just the choice, the preference for the big armies. So it might beat this army. And yes, he did. Didn't do a whole lot of damage to it, but I just met the minimum threshold for units to be returned, so it got kicked out. We can check out the gas station defeat and look at it a little bit closer. 3,000 wounded to 1,700. Yeah, that's not terrible considering I was at 1.785 million to 3.3 mil army. So half their power, and we did pretty well against that 50 RV. Let's see if this RV is leveled up. And it is. It's 5.2 mil power, so it's not the strongest, but it is definitely a strong RV nonetheless. We held that for as long as we could. It probably boosted our team movement speed considerably. I don't really have to move in this situation. I think it's best if I just heal up and send out to the arsenal on the west side. Now that we've sent that out, they are taking our other gas station. Couple armies that way. Blue stacks. I say it's blue stacks, but it's probably my bad camera skills. I'm still trying to get used to the zooming in and zooming out. Sometimes you'll notice it'll zoom weird, but that's why, because we're still learning how to use the zoom. We can go ahead and scout out the gas station, see what's kind of sitting there. It's not really too valuable of a thing right now. We really just got to make sure that we don't lose any of these command centers and hold on at least one of the arsenals. But we do have 2 of the arsenals, so that's very beneficial to us. They're going to keep kind of trying to take this arsenal and focus on one of two of these command centers. Sometimes both if they have enough players and they're setting rallies out properly. Looks like they sent a couple armies, maybe a rally. That's like pretty close to each other. Blue team started a rally. Yeah, so these are rallies that are hitting. My F1 was kicked. F2 is returning as well. We are quite far at this time, but I don't know. I just think we hold down because the amount of time it takes to travel is like, what, 15, 20 seconds? And that's gonna, I mean, maybe even 30 seconds. Look, I got 36 seconds from there. That's a lot of time to not be mining these points. I'm really low on cavalry right now because I believe I had them all set up when we were doing rallies earlier. And I didn't do my pre-maintenance checks. My 10-second was way too little. We need 30 seconds to change all that stuff, or maybe just a little bit. So F2 is heading towards the South Command Center. I'm gonna try to flip this. Hopefully my F2 is strong enough. It is my weaker of my formations in terms of power, and that was a defeat. Didn't bounce anyone off. We took a 38k to 63k loss, so 25k difference. It kind of wiped us with the floor there, but he is injured now. My F1 is going back to the north side. It would have been best had my F1 been up here, and I don't think it would have been too possible. The timing, I might have not paid attention quite as good as I normally do, but general rule of thumb here, we're just going to keep holding these as we can be garrisoned. If I had one garrisoned up, I could try to return them all and sync them up, but we don't want to waste any of that time. You know, 30-40 seconds goes by, and it's 2,000 points per second. You know, it's 80 to 100,000 points just in that travel time back, and then you have to go forwards, and then you have to win and hope you don't get teleported. So I always seem to get stuck in this situation where I'm back here, I don't get to teleport. It looks like there's quite a few more people back here doing the same thing too, so that's cool to know that they're back here with me, holding it down. A bunch of team players, of course, RZT Ultimate Champ and co-captain. These guys obviously know what they're doing. Shaker, Jukes, Tiger, and Trey, RZT champions. I love that. I really would like to be an RZT champion. Never got to compete in those events. I was in I was on server S245 when we started, and S245 was a great server. However, we fell off after about season 1. Really, I mean, season 2 was indicative of nothing very good, and season 1 was awesome, but you know, we kind of, I don't know if I say I didn't kill too many people during season 1, but we had a player called Good Butcher, actually, and he went around and killed everybody in season 1. And if there's anything to take away from these games, if you're new and you don't know and you haven't played, or you are just starting to play, if you guys can have some sort of peace in season 1, that will set your server up for success and growing and being a actual super clan. That's kind of what killed it, I think. I think a bunch of good clans or people that want to build an awesome server, they'll go back and they'll make a new server, and they'll have it pre-planned. You know, I think that's really cool. If I ever had, you know, enough of an audience to where we could join a server and make our own clans and do stuff, that would be pretty cool. I think I could see myself doing that. So I'm gonna send the F2 back to the south side, and we're just gonna keep holding down these arsenals and command centers. Super basic, nothing complex. We're just ultimately outgunning, outmanning these people. They had some people that joined up a little bit late. We got Deli Boy, Gianuvi, the Boss, Tommy Sek, Lord Andrew, Frostmorn, New Birchin, Renegade, and Murex. Colibri. Don't know about that name. See what's going on in the red team chat. Anyone say anything? We'll do. Game's crazy lag. Laggy poor people. Nice job, everyone. Keep it up. Boom, dum, dum, dum. Okay, so they're setting out. I'm going to go ahead and use my heal here. Should have used it probably as I had sent this out. Got a little bit lost. This is kind of like a gimme, so it gives us some time to kind of talk about the game. I've had some really good comments in the last couple of videos and a lot of support. So I'd just like to personally thank you guys for that. And hopefully we can just continue just doing better, being better. I want to create higher quality content. I want to create more of what you guys need. And I'm trying to figure out what that is and how to best do that. So I appreciate you guys sticking along, hanging out. We got the ammo depots and the gas stations they've taken. It's inconsequential at this point. You know, we're doubling. This is kind of a farm game. Feels kind of bad. I wonder if I just go through and I just message everybody. Just take this as an opportunity to let the team know, you know, can't always win. Sometimes we lose. Sometimes we win. This Gale guy's gonna pass me up. He's got superior positioning. Is that the guy that said it too? No, it's Choppa. Choppa told everybody to port. Gale's right here in the center, so they have perfect positioning. 111 million power, 37 million kills, so they've participated in a lot of fights. They're definitely a fighter. Very similar duel points to me, so that makes a lot of sense. Survivor war points. I think I might be at 4,500 now, but I'm not 100% on that. PvP victories to defeats, 8.1 to 2k defeats. Like, that's really good. Good 1 in 5 ratio. I mean, win 4 out of 5 of your matches. That's really good for PvP. PvE is just the same. Losses, that's similar losses to what I'm at. I actually have more and he has way more kills, so he's a better PvPer. I just haven't gotten enough good exchanges, but they will change very soon. Gathered quite a bit of resources, raided, a bunch of stuff. Alright, F2's returning. Gale's getting his army sent back there real quick. But he's hitting weird things too. He's actually flipping stuff. He's very active. So that's good. I actually don't know why they did the gather thing. I don't like sending armies out to gather. It feels like a monumental, just not good. It just feels like a waste of your time to gather for the zombies. But it just depends on how many of those little chests you can open up in the dailies. Like gather 700k points, kill zombies. And I don't know if I could just sit here and for 30 minutes and just kill zombies. I mean, I guess I could. Like one of these days, maybe the one tonight's like do a little chill one. I decided I was going to record all 3 Saul matches for the day, and I was going to try to do that. I don't know how consistently I can maintain that, but I wanted to do it to challenge myself to see if I could post those 3 videos, get them uploaded, rendered, and then make you know, a couple more videos in between that for content. Keep always clicking off like that. So it looks like they're holding. They actually got a teleport down for the blue team. There we go. Let's go, blue team. What do they got? They got Murox and Deli Boy. They're coming for it. The boss. They're making moves. Got RVs, buses going through. I haven't seen any police vehicles. That is a rarity. I mean, it's not like everybody has police vehicle money. That's a big one. Considering, I mean, I only have one vehicle that great. I got my bus. My bus is getting really strong. I'm going to switch it over to the RV here sooner than later. Just haven't done it yet. But we're at 7.5 million, just about. The attack vehicle formation, 1 level off 100%, which is really cool. I'm excited about that. 4% attack is just like a lot of attack. Okay, looks like they are still holding that on us. I'm considering can't really rally from this position. It would be kind of toxic to the people in the center, you know, because I need to get to the center, but I don't think they're going to be taking a lot of these. They'll definitely, if they can keep this defense up and solidify that position, they'll start hitting these arsenals very soon. My F1 is still sitting in here. On the north side, there's an RV heading out from New Birchen. NEU Birchen. Well done. We have rewards. 121k, 121 million power, 655 kills. So he's not a fighter. He's definitely not a fighter, but he is a development hero. 9 million gathered resources. That's insane. Very selective with his PvP defeats. Very good ratio. Almost no losses for PvE, and a lot of PvE victories. That's pretty cool. We got 14 seconds on the return on this. Looks like we did take it back. I'll sit here, wait for this little attack, send it out instantly. I'm curious to see what my sets are. I haven't looked at them in a bit. Probably a bit more. I'm probably just pretty balanced. There was a time where I lost quite a bit of PvP fights, and some of it's from laziness, and some of it's from just like testing, like, would this work? How does this player's teams look? Like, what's good about them? So sometimes I will attack people that I can't beat just to see what is the next step for me to like beat these guys. How are they beating me? How do I get stronger? Just some of the questions that go in, that are involved in that. But I'm at 8,000 PvP victories, 2,700 PvE defeats, 22,909 PvE victories, 1,086 PvE defeats, 191,000 losses. So a little bit more than the other guy. I have about 8 million less kills than him though. Gathered resources at 5.5 billion, rated at 2.8 bill, resource 8 at 600, received 245, and clan help 94. That guy's got 150k clan help. It's one of those things that I feel like is very difficult, again, to keep that high. You have to be actively searching for army camps throughout the day and maxing out your bullets. There's a lot of things that I used to do as a player that, as you've gotten, once you get to a point where you don't have to do as many of those things, it's still good to do them from time to time, but you're not as pressured as you were when you first start playing the game, when bullets were life and every little bullet mattered to your gameplay and being stronger. That time comes and goes pretty quick though, I will say. So it's really not worth, having wars in your main in season 1. Just keep season 1 all peaceful. Figure out a way to get. You got to figure out a way for people to accept rank 1 rewards, rank 2 rewards, and rank 3 rewards. I think that's the biggest part. Is like 100 people don't want rank 2. They want rank 1. But at some point, someone's just got to not take that first jump, so that your season 2, when you start fighting other servers and you guys are all friends now, because that's a guaranteed fact. Why would you destroy your neighbors, that are going to be there with you, fighting in season 1? Just not a good strategy. And we did that to our server in S245, and luckily we were able to transfer to a very good server, which was S235, and we joined SGR. It's a lot of development and fighter hero survivors in here. They do really well. Very happy with our activity. We complete all our rallies during the elite woodberries, the abandoned elites. You're able to spend all your stamina in a timely manner. Can't ask for much more in a clan. They're actively building towards the season 5 goals for Sanctuary and the level 24, 25 community buildings. A lot of big things. We're just going to kind of chase these guys because we've just been sitting on this for so long. And there's the difference right there. So Gale is now, because he's able to actively getting these fights faster than I can, he's going to take that position. So I have to kind of amend my strategy in this scenario, because it does happen often where I find that I am falling behind, and it's not even for any, I like being back here and keeping my teams going, but then there's times where it's not good. There's times where it's good and not good, but I think it's all about our openers. And it's hard to learn that because you only get to open once So I think as you play more Sauls, you get more accustomed to like what you should be doing, and there are a lot of things you could be doing for that. You know, some people don't even send an army to help the command center. They'll wait till it gets captured and then they will teleport. I know I've done that in the past. It was a really good strategy. It gets you MVP very quickly. But that was back in the day when also there were zombies. The zombies actually kind of encouraged a little bit of team play, but it also was really not that great. I do enjoy just being able to jump in the command centers versus having to fight zombies there, because you'd have weird timings where it just didn't feel right when you would win, or when you would hit that zombie, and if you hit 2 of the zombies and they attacked afterwards and then they took it, I don't know, there's some weird stuff. They would even bounce off and your armies wouldn't register, so your army would travel 40 seconds towards the command center, and then since they killed the last zombie, like your army just bounces off, null and void. You don't get a report for it. So that was kind of a bad system, I think. And now you get to a little bit more exchanging of powers, and it's definitely faster. But the balancing issues seem to be still there, because this can't be a good experience for them. And there's got to be a better way to do it. When I think about the 16 mil, the 31 mil, I've been in this situation, and I know personally that it's not that big of a deal, but sometimes, you know, it's just another thing. You know, maybe they're having a bad day and this is a bad loss. Like, why do I spend all my time on this game and just get destroyed like that? And I can understand it, but you know, I think it exists everywhere. You kind of just take the losses with and you just roll with it. Just a little quick roll. One of the cool things about this being in the back is that I don't have to worry about getting teleported, because it looks like they're about to get teleported. And I'm going to send my F1 to save the day. Let's see. We're going to need to send no cavalry this time. We got 30 seconds on heal. I'm not going to wait that long for the heal. That seems highly inefficient. We got to get those armies out. As the time starts to dwindle, your time is more valuable, right? It's like real life. It's kind of weird. Yeah, you got 7 minutes left. We're sitting here attacking. Every second counts for us to attack here. We got to get the most value out of it. And how do we do that? Right now, for me, just attacking these command centers and flipping these arsenals. You could do an F4 attack on the ammo depot, maybe. If you're finding troubles while you're playing Saul and you're losing a lot, maybe try switching up your strategy a little bit. My strategy probably doesn't work for everybody. It only works for winning teams usually. I mean, as a losing strategy, we're gonna have to feel that out. Next time I get into a Saul match where I'm just absolutely getting crushed and we are the 18 mil team and they are the 34 mil team, we'll do like a thing where I attack as many zombies as I can, gather as much as I can, and we'll see how well we do. And it is all very dependent on getting one or both of these command centers. If you can't even hold one command center, you can't even kill zombies, really. Because look, if you look at the default spawn area, you have to go all the way out here to hit these zombies. Imagine not being able to port in the center and have access to the arsenals, etc., etc. And now you can't even hit the zombies properly. Let's make sure we get our heal off. Okay. I'm going all calves because they will get there a little bit faster. If you guys didn't know, a little tip of the day, cavalry are faster than regular units. Or not regular, but all other units. I want to say sharpshooters are even a little faster than melee, but I could be wrong. Let's see if we can check after this. Yeah, I mean, it's not full. We don't really want to send that. Let's just do all melee on our F4. That way we can have cavalry left over for our F1. Looks like we will be able to garrison there too. That's a good garrison. And F2 to West Arsenal will be our best bet. In terms of points, 9.6 to 10.8 for MVP. Kind of sucks. I am trying to get as many MVPs as I can because it's a cool stat to like get, and it's, you know, it's pretty cool. It's exclusive. Only the best. Only the best players. Only the players who try their hardest, you know. The MVPs. I was thinking about making some new Discord ranks today too. I had already kind of set up a default system that was based on World of Warcraft. And I do love World of Warcraft. I played the game for 15 years plus. I mean, I played it for a long time. Long time off and on. I mean, pretty much never stopped playing it. I take breaks because it's a seasonal thing for me, and now I have to catch up with my buddies, and they're all pissed off at me. So I can't play WoW because leveling in that game takes 6 hours to get one level. I need to get 10 of those levels, so I have to put 60 hours potentially into getting a character max level as my initial time sink just to play with them. You know, that just doesn't seem fair. No, it's not bad. I just don't have the grind in me right now to do the World of Warcraft. I'm having a lot more fun with TWD and growing this community, talking with you guys, meeting all these new people. Let's get that help out. Let's see if I can check that up. Yes, we can. So the speed is not shown here. Like, oh, there it is. Yeah, 30. In battle, fighters will, with the highest speed value, attack first each turn. What does that say for that? So yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Wait, no, actually doesn't make sense. That is actual speed in game. That's not movement speed. It has nothing to do with movement speed. Carrying capacity on cavalry is the max. Sharpshooters obviously can't hold as much. It's because of the tier 9. Yeah, it still doesn't mean anything. 176, 196, 98, 32. 204. Yeah, so cavalry have higher attack. We could do some pretty cool math with this. This is actually not bad. We could do a little comparison sheet with these, and I feel like we can really figure out the difference between them and what is best, because I haven't ran those numbers personally. I've always liked cavalry for the multiple benefits. They're faster, they hold more, and they're counter to melee, which most people have very heavy melee teams. As a if you were one of the players like myself that made tier 10 melee first, you might have fell into the trap of getting cavalry and melee, or not understanding fully what you were doing and not getting melee tier 10 instead of just going all cavalry. Because I think you need to choose one or the other. You need to choose sharpshooters, melee, or cavalry. You pick your tier 10, and that's where you're good at. And you'll max that one out. And once you max it out, sure, you can add other ones. And it would be nice to be able to have full counters and stuff, but that's like late endgame. Like, you'll unlock that much later from now. The 3 tier 10s, you know, it's going to take a lot of time to actually obtain. Which will happen. It's just going to take a lot of time. A lot of time and or money, or both. You know, you can always plan for those types of things. So we're at 46 million. Looks like we get 11 mil out of this. That's a little sweet win. I'll take that all day. 11.1. I do feel bad for the blue team. Looks like they evened out 12v12. We're going to have 3 levers each. That's a lot of war value being lost right there. Yeah, I was speaking earlier about getting this Negan up, and I'm so excited about getting him to 4 stars. He's gonna really change my game, like, completely. When I go from 205 to 250, so I need 45 more shards, which isn't bad. I can get that. I have been buying 5 fragments every day for like the last 2-3 months, maybe, yeah, probably about 3 months, I'd say. And I've bought them every day. 500k alliance points. At first, I saved up 15-20 million alliance points, and then I started buying them every day with anticipation that I would want to continue to buy them. And so far, I've been holding that trend true and just kept buying them over 3 months. So that's where I've gotten all my Negans basically, because we got rank 1 in season 1, but then after that it was like rank 3, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4. Like we never really got to rank 1 again. We've gone through a lot of trials and errors and hardships, and just the TWD, the life of that game, and the game that we've come to see now today. It's been a long journey, but red team victory. Congrats to Gale on MVP and Colibri on SVP, guys. Thank you so much for participating. Hope you guys have a good day. Let's go ahead and collect those survivor rewards. Check out how we did. Nice. We got our 15 and our 25 mil chest, 420 and 500. These do give you metal scrap tokens. It doesn't pop up when you click it, but I believe it's giving us our metal scrap tokens. At least I've trusted it this far. Maybe I just noticed that and I haven't been getting them. What a shame that would be. But we did collect our +5 keys there for our second win of the day. So that's 7 keys today. Plus we unlocked all those juicy speed ups, metal scrap tokens, and yeah, that was a good Sol battle. Good for us for sure. It's gonna be time to gather the resource titles, gather the resources now, because we're going into Stronger Survivor. I'll have about 3 hours of pre-gather for the gather day, which isn't perfect. You know, you can collect up to 8-9 hours before Stronger Survivor comes out and get that big lump sum of points at the end of it. Usually I get like 45-50 million points before the event even starts. So it's a really good strongest survival strategy. I've been thinking lately in my head to make and formulate a Stronger Survivor guide and put everything I know into it. It would take a lot of work, and I would want it to be, you know, a certain way so that it was like high quality and it was made right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 16 of the Sol series. You guys already know, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check out the description of this video. I have codes for new players, and then there's also a Discord link. You can join our Discord community and get any of your questions that you might have answered about TWD. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.